Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Emily, and if you are not new here, welcome back. I make a ton of bookish content as well as lifestyle stuff, which is what this video is actually going to be. So I figured for today's video I would just do a little catch up with you guys because I've been posting every week, just showing all of my book content, and it's really been making me so happy that you guys are also enjoying it. But like, I haven't really been 100% honest with you guys on my life and how I've been feeling, and I think that it's just the right time for me to get it out in the open and then start the new year fresh. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a lot of things that have been going on since probably like June of 2021, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to be talking about a lot of sad stuff, but it's my life, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so I feel like I used to talk about working at Value Village so often. I've done a week in my life or like a work day in my life or something like that there, and I worked there for about 2 years, of which I was like a year or so a supervisor, and for the most part I really liked that job. It was a good job. The people there are honestly so great for the most part, like a lot of them. But in August, I believe it was, I left. Prior to that, I started a leave of absence for my mental health in July. I was not working for about a month or so, and I was looking for a different job. Reason being is because management there was not the greatest. I was actually put through quite a bit. I'm just gonna share everything because I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. I don't work there, I'm not associated with them, but I was in a conflict of sexual harassment there with someone that I actually worked super closely with for a while. And someone who worked there who was lower than me actually came out and talked about it before I did, which I really appreciate. It was actually like a younger gentleman, and like the fact that he even noticed was just, anyway, so nice. That was when my manager came up to me and asked if this was actually going on. And when you're in situations like that, you almost don't realize you're in the situation until someone says it sometimes. This person would just like make so many sexual innuendos about me and my life, and would call me like, you know, just sexual names that were a little uncalled for. With this person, it's really hard to decipher what's a joke and what's not, and for a really long time I just considered it a joke because I didn't want to accept the truth. So once my manager kind of had that whole thing out in the open, that was actually when I ended up taking my leave of absence, because I just did not want to be near this person. It was a lot on me, just like really opening up and realizing that was what was going on. So I left. I ended up finding a new job at this like market. It was really cute. I started there, I believe, in the beginning of September, and like a week before that I ended up quitting at Value Village, and I didn't get a single thank you for working there. I didn't get any updates on what was going on in the investigation with that person, and overall I just like wasn't happy with the way they worked on things. They said that because I was on a mental leave, I was not technically entitled to knowing about the investigation, even though it was directly about me. So I was really happy that I ended up leaving there. I'm not going to say that all Value Villages are like this, honestly. I think it's just strictly this management team is trash. I'm sorry if you still work there and you like them. I just don't. It's my story, and that's what happened to me, and I didn't press charges or anything. So that's the way it was. I could have 100% tried to go to the Ministry of Labor on this, and I just kind of moved on from it because, as you all probably know, I have a lot of anxiety, and I felt like just taking it one step further probably would have added on to that, as opposed to just giving up on that job and moving on, because it didn't really mean that much to me working there. So now you guys all know why I left. It was for a pretty important reason, and it honestly like really fucked me up for a while. I don't even know how to explain how I was feeling. I just felt so lost for a few months. I worked at that market for like 2 weeks, and then I ended up quitting there as well. Honestly, it didn't really have too much to do with the actual place. It was just more so like I wasn't ready to go back to work after what happened, and it was like a super small workplace, so it was kind of stressful being that close to so many people with my anxiety as well as with COVID going on. Then enter Lost in the Plot. And so when I stopped working, you wanna come up? Okay. My cat's just gonna chill here. So when I stopped working, I did not work for a while, and you guys might be wondering, Emily, how were you able to not work and live in this decent sized house with your 3 cats? Like, how did you do that? Short answer is my mom moved in, as you guys know, in May, and she helped provide for me, in a sense. She gave me that leeway to really figure out what I wanted and what I needed. So yeah, I didn't work probably for 3 months, and it was exactly what I needed. It was the time I needed to start my Lost in the Plot book club and everything that had to do with it, my book blog, everything that honestly means so much to me right now, and I could not be more grateful for that. If you guys aren't aware, obviously, I feel like most people are, but I created a brand called Lost in the Plot, and it has a blog, book club, and I am just now recently creating Etsy products. So it's definitely my biggest passion. It's something that I want to be my job eventually. I would love for that to be the case, but it's a lot of work. So obviously around the holidays we need money, and that's when I started to apply to, well, I applied to job. I decided to apply to Indigo Books in music, and that was the only place I applied to, and I ended up getting the job. So I have currently been working there for like a month now, I think. I love it. Honestly, it's just a cashier job. It's seasonal and I adore it. They did actually recently reach out to me and ask if I wanted to stay on, so that is kind of the future plan until I move. But yeah, that's everything with work. I'm currently working at Indigo, and that's part-time, and then I'm also part-time doing my Lost in the Plot brand. So super exciting stuff with work. Obviously the beginning parts were rough, but I am in a much better place when it comes to my work ethic and all that stuff. Okay, so sorry guys, I ran out of room on my SD card, but we're good now. So where was I? Right, my health. So I'm just gonna start over with health because I'm not too sure where it cut off, but when I wasn't working, I was probably working out like 3 to 5 times a week. Probably close to like 4 or 5, but nonetheless, like my routine was actually pretty good, and I would either go to the gym every single day, or I would do some cardio at home on my bike. Whatever it was, I was getting my exercise. And since starting work at Indigo and doing my book club stuff, it's been just like really hectic, and I have not gone to the gym in probably like a month. That's something we're going to be working on in the new year, but I'm really happy with where I'm at right now. I know that I want to feel better and look better for myself, but that is just not a priority right now, unfortunately. So other things are more important, and one of those things was actually my cat Felix. If you don't know, Felix is my best friend. I've had him, I think, for like almost 10 years now. He's turning 10 in March. It's really sad, but I've had him since he was a kitten, and he's always been like a super sassy, somewhat aggressive cat, but in the end he's always like really cuddly with me and my mom and whoever he's close with. So he's not close with many people, but when he does get close to you, he's like a sweetheart. We started to notice around August or so that Felix was acting a little bit different. He was acting more sassy, more grumpy, and overall just like more aggressive towards the other cats, towards me even, towards my mom, and it was just like weird. So we tried giving him different medication for anxiety and stress. We did not know what was going on with him, and then one day he just like hid in the basement and we could not find him for the life of us, and he wasn't eating, drinking, or coming out, and it was like 2 days. So we were like, something must be wrong, there's something bigger going on. So I brought him to the vet, and we thought, or the vet thought, he had throat cancer. And when I tell you I sobbed like a baby, obviously, like I was devastated. At this point, this was in like November, and so close to Christmas, everything like that, like things were going relatively well, and I was just like, of course this would happen. So yeah, lots of vet bills, lots of visits. We had to drive like an hour to an emergency vet, all this stuff. He had to have a feeding tube in him until test results came back. He was slowly getting better, but like we still thought he had throat cancer. They told us that if he did, he probably wouldn't have more than a year to live. And I was just like, I was devastated. And it still like breaks my heart thinking about it, but he is actually okay. So I don't even know what I would have done if he was actually sick with throat cancer, but thankfully it was just an abscess in his throat and we were able to treat it with antibiotics. And he's actually so much better now. Like, he's playing with the other cats, he's sleeping on the bed with me again, he's not crying or hissing or growling as much. So I definitely think whatever was going on in his throat was causing him extra anxiety and extra just like pain, obviously, that was bothering him. So that's why he was acting out. But he is okay now. And it's really happy news, obviously. I'm sure I just inputted like some video clips of him playing and like what he's looking like, because he does have like this really big cut on his head from where they had to do surgery on him. And you might ask, why did they do surgery on his head as opposed to like his neck? Well, they did actually like go into his throat and I think like drain it or something, but they had to take test results from up here because I guess like the jaw was actually the problem. So I don't really know exactly, but they took some results from up here to get like tissue and stuff. So he has like this big cut on his head, but he's healthy and that's the only thing that matters.
That was a time.
That was a lot. Yeah, that's health wise. And the last thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about is actually moving. So as you know, my mom moved in May, and on August 6th, not August, October 6th. On October 6th, my boyfriend Nick ended up moving in with us, and like it's just been the best experience living with him. He is 100% my best friend. Like, I have never met someone more generous, more caring, more supportive, and just like so similar to me. We get along so well. Everything has been going great, and we are, like you guys probably know already, planning on moving out east. So my mom, him, and I are planning on moving out east in the spring or summer of next year, and I'm pretty sure his mom and stepdad are also going to be following us there, which is exciting just to have a little family unit. We are leaning towards New Brunswick, probably St. John, just because housing and taxes are a little bit cheaper there. We do know like healthcare is a little bit worse, but they are coming out with like new plans in the next coming years for that. So hopefully that works out. And if not, we are still looking around like the Nova Scotia, Halifax area. But overall, we want to move into like kind of a country home, like on the outskirts of a city, because that's what we wanted to do here in Guelph. But unfortunately, Guelph's pricing for housing is like stupid, like way too much. There's $500,000 houses here that are just garbage. Just looking out there and realizing like we could get a house that is beautiful for $200,000 just makes a lot more sense to me. I don't really have anything holding me to Ontario. Not really the biggest fan of the GTA, so I'm really excited to be doing that and just living a slower, more peaceful life. But I think that's all the updates I have. I just wanted to give you guys some because I feel like I haven't really been open with a lot of what was going on, and now you guys know. That's my life. Obviously, I've been reading a ton. I have been expanding my horizons on different interests. Like, I started watching The Witcher with my boyfriend, and we're gonna watch season 2 soon. Things like that that I would never have actually done by myself. I feel like I'm opening up to and trying new things, and it's been a really great end of the year, honestly. 2021 has been like my hardest year yet, 100%. I went through breakup, Felix, everything with Value Village. I do still have a few things that I don't want to discuss on camera that are just like a little bit too personal, but yeah, super hard year. But I'm really hoping that 2022 things turn around. I can already kind of feel it, so manifesting good things for me and my family, and I'm also doing the same for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this little catch up. How are you doing? Comment down below. Are you feeling okay? Is your holiday going well? Are you excited for the new year? I want to know. So let me know all your thoughts, and thank you so much for listening to my little life update. I think that's it. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Do not forget to subscribe and like this video if you want to see more content from me, whether it be personal, book content, or anything else. All right,